Greetings, family, and welcome to another edition of Black Talk Radio, where black media matters and black life certainly matters. Today is Thursday, July 12th, 2018. Well, family, this video is about David Clark, and no, we're not talking about the coon ex-sheriff for criminal David Clark. No, we're not talking about that hood rat. We're talking about David Clark, this white male, 49 years old, who is jailed for killing his wife. You know why? Because she taunted him over his miniature size hot dog, claiming she made him feel inadequate. Basically, she was telling her husband, this just isn't going to work. Well, family, pictured here is David Clark, who was convicted of killing his wife, Melanie. He's a man who murdered his wife because she taunted him over the size of his penis, and he has been jailed. David Clark, 49, was convicted of killing his wife, Melanie, who was only 44 years old, at their home in Stoke Prior near Bronze Grove, Worcestershire, on New Year's Eve. Clark claimed he suffered a loss of control as his wife nearly always belittled the size of his penis, making him feel oh so inadequate. He was sentenced to life with a minimum term of 15 years. Well, I'm sure he's not going to last that long, but nonetheless, the trial heard how Mrs. Clark also made other cruel remarks during their marriage and told her husband she had a lesbian affair. You know that little devil went berserk. The couple, who were married for about 10 years, were visiting friends on December 31st, where they shared 3 bottles of Prosecco before playing a snakes and ladders drinking game. So they got into a little bit of some alcohol, and well, you know, when alcohol is involved, the tongue starts swirling around, saying things it probably shouldn't say, and also doing things it probably shouldn't be doing too. But nonetheless, he snapped. Here is a picture of Melanie Clark, who was found at the couple's home in Worcestershire. Anyways, Clark later contacted the emergency services and said he had stabbed his wife. The court heard Clark, who grew up in South Africa and moved to the UK with his wife in 2011, would become vengeful and uncontrollable, angry when his wife would not rise to taunts contained in text messages. Well, this is, I don't know who wrote this article, but it just doesn't make sense, but nonetheless, that's what it says. He was described as controlling and bullying toward both his wife and her children from a previous relationship, and she eventually asked him to leave the home which they shared. Sentencing Clark, Mr. Justice Morris told him, quote, she was a healthy woman in the prime of her life. She was subjected to a brutal attack, which came without warning, unquote. She said he took into account that there was some provocation on Mrs. Clark's part. In a victim impact statement read to court, Sheldon Heppel, 23, one of Mrs. Clark's 4 children, said the horrific crime had left him an orphan, and he now suffered anxiety and depression. I can't see any sort of future, he says. I can't see a way out, and sometimes I wish I wasn't even alive. Detective Inspector Neil Jameson from West Mercia Police said, quote, this was a tragic, senseless crime which has devastated Melanie's family and has left her children to grow up without a mother. I sincerely hope today's sentencing will provide a small sense of closure for Melanie's family, who have been left to face the full repercussions of Clark's actions in the most painful way. Well, family, thanks a lot for watching or listening to Black Talk Radio. We appreciate it. Your time is especially important to us. So thanks again. We'll see you in the next video. Peace to you and yours. I'm out.